In the third part of When the Heart Smiles, Trihan and Richa came to know about Srisha's elder sister, Suhasini, and collected her address from Kritika. With Ashutosh along, they went to meet her at her house. Initially refusing to acknowledge her sister, on further insistence, Suhasini opened up about all of their relevant past regarding family and their son, Satvik's death. They also come to know that Anil had a strong grudge against Srisha, due to which Suhasini asked them to leave before his arrival at home. Yet, they got confronted with him. Now, what lies ahead? Suhasini stood still in her room, as if lightning struck her. As all of them were busy conversing, they did not hear Anil entering the house. Anil kept his gaze fixated on Richa.
Who are you all? What were you doing in my bedroom? And what are you going to persuade me about?
Richa realized that the man standing in front of her, who is double the height and physique of her, has somewhat overheard their conversation. Seeing Richa intimidated, Ashutosh stepped up and said,
"We are Srisha's friends. We already talked about her condition to your wife. Now we want you to listen to us too."
Anil shifted his eyes to look at Ashutosh and said,
"I don't care even if she is dead. Now you better leave before I call the police on you for intrusion on a private property."
Trihan was about to land a punch on Anil's face, but controlled his anger and said in a firm voice,
"We don't care whether you care about her or not. Your wife, her elder sister, does indeed care about her well-being a lot. So if not you, we want her to meet her sister."
Anil looked at Trihan from the corner of his eyes and said,
"You have got some nerve to speak to me like that. Guess I should have called the police to begin with."
Anil then walked towards the living room to get his mobile phone. Richa kept following him and trying to request him to not do that. Suddenly, the doorbell rang. Suhasini quickly went to respond to the door, trying her best to not look at her husband. Anil sighed and waited. "Anil Jiju, stop this nonsense!" Kritika entered the room in hurried pace. Richa and Trihan's face lit up with hope. Anil creased his brow and looked at her.
"You are that annoying best friend of Srisha, aren't you?"
Kritika did not answer to him and continued. "If you have even the slightest of compassion, even as a human being, you would not let my Srisha die in such suffering." Anil's firm expression softened a little. He asked,
"Die?"
"Yes. Srisha can take her own life any moment, and you are busy holding your grudge over a silly miscommunication? She keeps telling herself how undeserving of life she is. Sure, she made some mistakes, but is she really that much unworthy to be alive?" Anil kept silent to all of Kritika's questions. Richa bent towards Trihan's ears and whispered, "If she knew about how Anil and Suhasini the abandoned Srisha, why didn't she do something about it? And why didn't she tell us about all this?" Trihan bent towards Richa's ear and whispered back,
"It's because she did not know about it at all. I kept texting her the whole story while Suhasini Di was telling us."
Richa nodded her head as she understood the matter clearer now. Suhasini plucked some courage and said to her husband, "Please, at least let me talk with her. It is killing me to know about her deteriorating mental condition and not being able to do anything. I do not want to go against your will. That is exactly why I did not contact her all these years, even though that hurt me so much. I know you love her as your own little sister too. So please, let go of this grudge now. It has been way too long. If you want, you can give her a lot of scolding after she has healed. But for now, please let us provide her with the help of which she is in dire need. Anil slowly sat down on a sofa in the living room, still silent and deliberating.
Yes, she is my little sister too. And no, I don't want her to die.
Anil replied after sorting and simplifying all of his train of thoughts up.
Where is she now? I would like to meet her first and then book a psychiatrist appointment for her.
Anil said while pressing the temples of his forehead with his right hand. Suhasini's face lit up in joy and tears of deep-seated agony flowed down her eyes. Ashutosh rang up someone and said,
Come in, we are waiting for you inside.
All of them looked at him with eyes filled with curiosity. To everybody's surprise, the person who entered through the main door was Shrisha. Trihan easily figured out what has happened and angrily whispered in Ashutosh's ear,
You moron! You asked her to come here before we even set foot inside the house? Do you even realize how risky your move was? This conversation could have gone in a very wrong direction if Kritika did not show up.
Ashutosh grinned and replied,
Sorry, but I think the risk has already been mitigated, so there's no point in showering me with your wrath.
Trihan looked at him in the most annoyed way he could. Didi? Shrisha exclaimed in a loud and tearful voice. Suhasini and Anil's eyes dilated at the very sight of her. She came running and hugged Suhasini and cried out all the burning, writhing, nibbling and gnawing pain that she kept suppressed within herself and spoke through it. I'm so sorry, Didi. I'm so sorry, Anilda. I was the one who was never by his side. He was so little, had so much potential to become an amazing and useful human being. Unlike me, who was a walking and talking garbage who couldn't even help saving one little kid. I don't deserve to live. I should have died instead of him. I am so sorry for being alive till now. I tried my best to die, I swear. Anil scolded her, yelling,
Shut up! Stop blaming yourself for things that were beyond anybody's control. And your death wouldn't have caused any less pain or emptiness for us. You are worthy too, not just to me or your Didi, but to so many others in your life. Satvik had to go no matter what we did. That is a hard to swallow reality that we have to accept. You worked yourself to death to help us however possible on your part, and all I ever did was undermine all your efforts. Never did I spare a single second to think about your well-being. Heck, I didn't even try to know whether you are fine or not. I should be the one who should be sorry to you.
Suhasini hugged her even tighter and said, I'm so sorry for being such a horrible and ignorant elder sister to you. Richa came near Shrisha, grabbed her wrist and pulled her sleeves up, revealing her scar-filled arm. This is what she has been doing to herself for God knows how long. We can only see her hand for now. Who knows where else she cut herself up? I don't even want to talk to her because she doesn't think of me as anything but stranger. Kritika joined in. I totally feel you, Richa. She used to call me her closest friend, and here I am, knowing about all her problems indirectly from other people. Shrisha wiped her tears while still in Suhasini's arms and said with a smile, I didn't want any one of you to be burdened with me because I love you all. Everybody has their own problems to deal with after all. Trihan grabbed her by her arms and pulled her right in between his arms and said,
How can you ever burden us, idiot? We are your friends. We are there for you in your good times, and we want to be there for you even when you are going through the worst time of your life. What would I have done if something even more severe happened with you? The mere imagination makes my heart cramp up. You mean everything to me.
Anil and Suhashini smiled and looked at each other. Ashutosh, Kritika and Richa were trying their best to not laugh and tease them. Trihan immediately realized what he did and looked at Srisha, with his mind completely jumbled from the sudden unexpected confession on his part. Srisha hugged him back and said, "Sorry for being so selfish." Ashutosh patted on Srisha's back and said,
I'm so happy that we were able to help you, even if it is very little.
Anil said to Srisha,
Okay, now listen. You're going to come with me today so that we can book an appointment with a psychiatrist for you. Please don't think that we are labeling you as a lunatic, but it's for the betterment of your overall health. You cannot continue living like this now, can you? Don't worry about the expenses. Leave it to me. All you have to do is apply for a leave from your job and come stay with us for the time being. After you are better, you can rejoin your work.
Richa said before Srisha could reply, "Don't worry about it. We'll look after all of it. And we'll also help her move in here." Srisha replied in her worried voice, "But what about my house there?" Trihan gently kept his palm on her face and said,
I'll look after it while you are away. Why do you keep forgetting that we are always here for you?
"Me too, Shri. Your bestie isn't dead yet," said Kritika with a grin on her face. After hearing all the kind, caring and loving words from the most precious people in her life, Srisha drew a big hearty smile on her face, while tears of joy and suppressed sorrow kept flowing down endlessly. Ashutosh, Richa and Trihan's eyes lit up to this very new kind of expression that they saw on Srisha's face. Ashutosh smiled and said,
I never knew how fake her smile was until now.
Trihan touched his forehead against Srisha's while his eyes glimmered with happiness. He said,
With this smile of yours, you're the prettiest girl in my eyes. I will work harder so that this smile never disappears ever again.
Srisha closed her eyes and said, "I'm being a bit greedy right now, but please be there for me, always." Trihan closed his eyes and said,
Of course I will. That isn't even a question.
Richa looked at him with a big astonishment in her face and said, "Everything feels so new." Srisha's smile and even Trihan himself. Kritika commented, "Men in love are an entirely different breed of creatures, I see. This guy doesn't even sound like Trihan." Srisha started giggling to Kritika's comment. "I love all of you so much." Srisha replied with words which came straight from the heart. Being freed from the persistent guilt, Srisha knew after a long time how it feels when the heart smiles. Hey everyone, long time no see, huh? So, when the heart smiles finally ends with the fourth and last part, thank you so much to everyone who decided to listen to it to the very end. And I'm extremely sorry for procrastinating for over a year. That's insane. I'm extremely sorry for that. Other than that, please do like the story if you did enjoy listening to it. It was a very experimental work of mine. I have never tried this form of storytelling or story writing before. I am open to all criticisms from you, and do share your opinion and views on the story in the comment section, and also please suggest me new ideas from your part which you want me to write stories on. I would gladly accept them. And do subscribe to me if you haven't already. I mean, there are so many of you who have unsubscribed me, which is very understandable because I just disappeared out of nowhere. Anyways, and I'll be coming with new stories soon. Also, a very important announcement is that I have a Wattpad account where I write by the name Lady Ada Lovelace. That's my pen name, and I have already been writing a story. It's called The Lovebirds. There are many chapters available over there, and I am still writing it. So please give your support to me in Isolated Artist as well as Lady Ada Lovelace. There, I'm not very acquainted with the format of Wattpad yet. I am trying to learn, so I am not able to upload the narration versions of my stories. So it's just like a book. You can read it. Please give it a try. It is also, yet again, a form of content that I have never written before. It's a very new experience for me, and I am enjoying it. I hope you enjoy it the way I do. So yeah, please check out Lady Ada Lovelace on Wattpad, and stay tuned with Isolated Artist. Loads of love, everyone.